guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 10 of the One Question podcast with John and Joe. Before we get started today with our question, we want to remind you guys that we just put out a single called She Moves Around. It's on Spotify, it's on YouTube, it's on Apple Music, it's everywhere that you can find music. So please check that out, you guys. We'll put a link in the, there's already links automatically, right?
There's already links
in the description or whatever. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And keep your eyes out for some more stuff coming. We got one of our live singles coming out. It's a cover by Tears for Fears. Our cover of Everybody Wants to Rule the World is about to come out. So
next week, right?
Yeah, next week. We're just putting that out for fun, and we just want that to bring more attention to our original music, which is, of course, most important. Anyways, let's get the podcast started.
All right. Today's questions: what's up? Why? I mean, it's
no. The question is, have you ever fallen for a pyramid scheme?
Have you ever fallen for a pyramid scheme?
Yes.
I personally haven't. I'm sure you haven't either. But we have so many friends who have fallen for working for a pyramid scheme.
Well, it depends on your definition of falling for it, because and this happened to a lot of people in our town, and I think it happens a lot of places, but right out of high school got that call. Right out of high school, like almost the week I graduated, I got this call from, I forget how they identified themselves, but they were like, hey, I mean, we just saw that you just graduated. Do you want to get a job making a ton of money? And so I fell for it right then. And then once I basically agreed to it, I think I even set up the job interview, and then I told my dad all about it, and he was like, no, this is what this is. Don't go to that and that. So I did technically fall for it, but I didn't actually go in and get the interview.
Was it the knives? We're not gonna put up any names or anything like that, but it was the knife thing.
I think it's everywhere, but there's a company that sells knives, and they're nice knives, but they operate almost entirely on like a pyramid scheme type situation where if you're not familiar with a pyramid scheme or what that is, what is it? It's like
multi-level marketing. Everybody
that works there has someone working underneath them, therefore creating a pyramid. The more people you get working under you, the more money you can make. So you actually don't really make money from selling the knives, I don't think, which cost thousands of dollars, by the way. You make money by recruiting people to work underneath you. Isn't that how it works?
I think so. Yeah, that's the tough thing about those. They'll be like, yeah, you come in and work for me, and if you sell enough knives and you do a good enough job, then you get to have people under you, and you can start your own knife branch and be selling these knives to your friends and family. Because that was how most of that stuff worked, right? Like a lot of people we know got their start selling it to family and friends. I don't know of anybody who went and like cold called people though.
Yeah, we definitely had. My dad was really nice one time. This kid that was on my cross country team fell for the pyramid scheme thing, and my dad knew he wasn't going to buy the knives, but he was like, just have him over, let him do his presentation, because I think he maybe thought just doing the presentation alone would give him some money. I don't think that's how it worked, though. I think you have to sell.
Gives him some confidence.
Anyway, so he showed up. He was in like a nice shirt and everything, and it was just so funny. It was awful. He was like, do you have a piece of rope that I could possibly demonstrate the strength of these knives on? And my dad was like, no.
Do you perhaps have some warm butter that I can cut through with this knife?
Yeah, it was.
I don't know anybody who bought those knives, actually.
My aunt, she owns them.
If your aunt owns them, that means they must be nice.
They're really nice. They're honestly, the product is super nice. It's just the way that the company decides to operate. But there's plenty of companies that do it. I was trying to remember it, and there was one back home that I think is a pyramid scheme, and I think it's around the nation too. But Herbalife, that's
a
pyramid. That's a pyramid scheme.
Didn't we have some friends who fell for that one too?
Yeah, and then there's another one, Advocare. I think that's also a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as like strict. I think that one's kind of like you put the sticker on your car and then you like try to sell vitamins to people. But
there's that. There's all those essential oils.
Wait, what's that one called?
Dude, I should know because my mom fell for it. Sorry, Mom. She watches these too, so she's gonna comment on it. Dude, I totally forget.
Mackenzie had some of those, right? Because her friend was involved in that.
Yes.
Our roommate Mackenzie, she had some essential oils from that company. I mean, usually the products that those companies sell is fine. It's nice. It's just they choose to operate under that way of business, which pyramid schemes are weird because I guess there's like nothing wrong with them, right? But they're just sort of looked down upon. But I mean, if you go in there and you hustle, I guess you could make a ton of money.
I think that the thing that turns people off to it is like all the cold calling, because most of it is like you have to like hold those parties and have your friends and family come to them and be like, yeah, please buy this stuff so that I can make money. And you have to like start doing that. And I mean, that's like any part of networking, I guess. Yeah. But I think that it gets annoying when people are like, hey, check out this like brand new vacuum cleaner that like the astronauts use up in space. You can have it for your home.
Right.
And it's $2,000. And people are like, why would I buy a $2,000 vacuum?
When you could just go to the store and buy a regular one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What other pyramid schemes are there? Let's do a fun little
first time on the podcast.
Yeah, a little fun little web
phones.
search. We should have like one of those assistants that's here. You can't see him, like Joe Rogan, where he's like, "Can you look that up?" No, not that's not it. No,
Jamie, can you look that up? Have you done DMT today? Cool. All right. I know that the coupon books is one.
It is like the payback.
I don't know if it's necessary, if payback books necessarily, but like people will actually, it might be like you go out and you sell those to people, and they give you like a whole bunch to sell, and it like they'll be like it's a $15,000 like value, but it's like 20 cents off everything.
Kind of. I could see maybe getting the only time I've ever been involved with that was during like elementary and middle school, and so that, at least the way that I was involved, it doesn't seem like a pyramid scheme because they didn't ask you to get people selling underneath you.
That's true.
But maybe they do that outside of like once you're an adult because they're probably not allowed. Nice. This website, it says, "What is a pyramid scheme?" Then it has a nice picture of the pyramids in Egypt.
It's a good visual.
Yeah, good job. Let's see if it has a list of companies. Burn Lounge.
Never heard of it.
Online music store. Oh, it was like encouraging customers to sell their own subscriptions too.
Oh, tight.
Let me see if I can find one that we actually know.
Metabolife?
Metabolife. That just seems like a Herbalife type thing. Herbalife, whatever.
Yeah.
Herb. Next Gen. Internet Malls. Sunshine Empire. They all sound so sketchy. Let's see what else. Multi-level marketing. The 15 most hated multi-level marketing companies right now. LuLaRoe. Looks like they sell leggings. Yeah. Oh, I know this one somehow. Rodan Fields.
Rodan and Fields.
I think they're like, yeah, skincare thing. Everything's like $100. Herbalife. There it is. Herbalife. Whatever.
Supplements. Supplements is, I don't know if Herbalife's necessarily for like working out and stuff, but like I've seen one of the big things now is like fitness people will be trying to like sell supplements and be like, yeah, here's a code, like use this. And also if you use this and get in with this company, you can start selling it.
Yeah. Well, it honestly only clicked with me recently, and this isn't because I've fallen for a lot of pyramid schemes, because I don't fall for anything that costs me anything usually. You know, if there's like an upfront, it's just like, why? Unless it's like a legitimate business. But kind of recently, I'd been seeing a lot of those YouTube like ads that would be like 13 minutes long, and it would just be someone telling you how they got rich. And they want to share all the secrets that they used that got them rich with you. All you got to do is like buy this $5 thing. And you're like, dude, if this guy was actually rich, he wouldn't be trying to get rich off of teaching a class on how to get rich. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Like, why do they, it's just so sad in a way. They throw those, like, you see it sometimes. They'll throw these huge like conferences where they're like, do you want to learn how to like make a ton of money? And it's just like someone teaching thousands of people who bought tickets how to make a ton of money.
Want to know how to make a bunch of money doing what I do? You sell tickets to an event and pocket the cash.
That's the thing. They're rich because of that. They're not rich because of anything else. And then they're probably just telling you really basic stuff. They're like, all right, put money in your account and don't touch it.
You wake up 1 hour earlier and go to bed 1 hour later. That's 2 extra hours that you have more than anybody else.
Dude, I'm so sick of that like entrepreneur life stuff. It's like, yeah, man, like I get up at 4 a.m. every day. Oh,
dude, I'm like down with some of it where they're talking about like, you know,
it's positivity.
If it's your passion, like work hard at it. That's great. And I agree with it and do whatever it takes. But those people who are like, dude, I like cut out lunch. I don't even eat lunch anymore because that's an extra half an hour I could have to like work on myself and like work on my passion and my dream.
I eat like 5 raw eggs every morning.
Yeah, it just really like gets me laser focused for the day because like I know that I don't want to eat raw eggs every day for the rest of my life. So if I do it right now and I really hate it, it'll make me want to like be rich and do better.
I shine lasers into my eyes every day to help me get laser focused. Nobody do that. Do not attempt.
Lasers are bad.
Stay away from lasers, kids. Number 3 says Herbalife. Is that how you say it, or is it Herbalife?
I'm gonna say Herbalife.
It's Herbalife.
Herb just sounds like you're trying too hard.
Italian herbs and cheese at Subway.
Yes.
That has herbs on it.
All right. Best bread there.
So apparently it says, want proof that people hate Herbalife? The Federal Trade Commission mailed checks to 350,000 people who lost money running Herbalife businesses. This is one of the largest settlements and distributions the agency has ever made.
Yeah, my mom who does
Advocare.
My mom who does the oils is I mean, she obviously doesn't do it to try to make money. She just does it because she loves the oils.
Gets the oils.
Whatever. But like anytime she'll like get a recommendation, she gets like a couple of cents.
I mean, as long as she doesn't lose money doing it, then who cares?
Oh, no, she
really.
doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She's not trying to like advertise it or anything.
Yeah, a lot of these are supplements. doTERRA, there it is.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
My aunt's into that too. I don't think she is involved, but she only buys doTERRA oils.
I mean, to be fair, that lavender smells really good. I'm down for some diffusing.
I am too, but I lost all my oils because I stopped caring about it for like a couple months. And now I kind of want to get... I'm more into incense again. I like burning things.
Little pyro.
Yep, that's it. I mean, there's a lot more on there, but it's the same stuff. It's just all supplements, how to... Yeah, won't name names, but I did know somebody that got involved with Herbalife, and they would post like side-by-side pictures of themselves before and after Herbalife, like with their shirt off and stuff, and it was like you could barely tell. It could have been the difference between eating a huge plate of pasta and being like bloated that day and then like working out the next day and not being bloated. Like that's how little of a difference it looked like. You were just like
fasting and working out.
Yeah, like it could have been
the extra chub
or just the extra bloat. Like
yeah.
it was like really like I don't think this is doing anything. You know?
No, it's probably not. And they dig those so soon. All of that work. There's no secret to fitness. Just do it. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, really.
Well,
there's no secret to anything.
I was just trying to be like those entrepreneur guys.
There's really no secret to anything, though. It's just kind of like you have to just do it. And a lot of times you end up finding out that mostly anything worthwhile is way harder than you thought it would be.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I think the only one that I've ever witnessed, aside from my mom doing the doTERRA thing, which again, she didn't fall for. She just really likes oils and oil in general. Whoops. Was the knives, because I don't think that they ever called me, but like I just like all my friends got called, and I mean it's kind of been a running joke for a long time in like our friend group, because that was like some people's first jobs out of high school, because like John said, they get you right out of it. And yeah, I don't know, that whole thing is just really interesting, like canvassing and like just cold calling 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
I don't get how they can do that.
It's just a really weird thing. I just remember how being young and naive, like I had no idea, but the guy that called me was so enthusiastic. And as an adult now, it's like I'm kind of grossed out by it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you're doing. I get it. We're all just trying to make money, but it's just a weird thing. Why would anyone want to do that? You must be able to make a ton of money. Hey, if you've ever succeeded in a pyramid scheme and made like a lot of money, leave us a comment. We want to know about it. But hey, take it easy though, because now I know I'm gonna get like ads for your I can't put into words what I'm trying to say right now, but I think you get it.
Just take it easy. We're not buying what you're selling, guy.
Yeah. If you've ever succeeded in a pyramid scheme, let us know. Just kidding. We don't care, because everybody who has even started a pyramid scheme today is going to act like they succeeded with it and try to get me involved. So,
dude, even though it's not necessarily a pyramid scheme, what's up with all these people who still fall for the Ethiopian like prince thing? If he was a prince, why would he need money?
I think there's a lot of people falling for that anymore.
But it still happens.
I know. It's like the after school special type. Like,
it happens enough to the point where like they still try to do that. I mean, maybe they're trying to call like 90-year-old people who are like, oh, the prince in Ethiopia needs me.
If I get an email with wingdings on it, I just delete it.
Wingdings?
Wingdings.
I don't know what that is.
It's a font.
Oh.
It's that font that's like just symbols and like crap.
Oh, yeah. I've been getting so many of those lately from like...
Have you been sending your PayPal?
Yeah. No. From like health insurance and stuff.
I mean, we make fun of it, but it's like there'll be a time when me and Joseph are too old and, you know, we won't be able to keep up with the technology and people will definitely fool us. My grandpa used to call me and just be like, yeah, I got this email and they said if I don't send it to like 5 people, then they're going to like shut off my power. And we'd be like, it's all right. They're just kids.
Yeah, your power is contingent on... That's hilarious.
Yeah. Sad but funny.
Very sad that they target the older demographic with that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's always funny because like when you think about it, you're like, in what world would any person believe this email?
I don't know.
It's like, yeah, your luck for the next 7 years is contingent on whether or not you share this email with 30 people. It's very Michael Scott-esque.
Yeah. I had a moment with that when I was younger. Like, I never actually fell for that, but I remember growing up, my sister did really bad. And she got in big trouble because a bunch of other parents called the house and was like, hey, your daughter like sent this chain email and it scared our kids or something. And then she learned her lesson. She was like 12. And then like years later, I saw like a YouTube comment that was like really like, if you don't copy and paste this YouTube comment. And I was like, Dad, is this real? And he was like, no.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, I get why people like, maybe the like younger people believe that stuff. But my thing is like, what makes people think that it works? Like, are they just doing it to be funny? Or are they like really trying to like send out some weird vibes? I
don't know, dude. It's weird. It would be really interesting to know who individually starts those things. Just the inner workings of that person's mind.
Hey, if you start those things, let us know. We'd love to interview you. We'll have you have to fly out to Nashville on your own dime, but we'll interview you. And time. We're not paying for anything. We don't want anything you're buying. We just want to talk to you. Also, if you've ever fallen for a pyramid scheme, let us know. You can tell us your experience.
Yeah, it's not embarrassing. A lot of people do, honestly. Like it's something that a lot of people fall for. If I didn't tell my parents that I had a job interview and what it was for, I probably would have fallen for it. But they were like, You know.
Where were they trying to have you meet? Like out by the mall?
Yeah, I think it was out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that being the spot.
I just remember my dad was like, oh, they're trying to get you to sell something. Yeah, I mean, if they want you to like answer the phone or something for them, you could do that, but don't work there if they're like. And then I was just like, whatever, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like anything that in my mind that is sales, that's not like a huge company like sanctioned, like I don't know, like medical sales or something like that, or like whatever.
Food's good.
Food too. But I'm just like, this has to be a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
like,
food, beer. Food, alcohol, yeah, cars are kind of pyramid scheme-ish too. Not really, but for some reason cars have that reputation.
Yeah, you do a good enough job selling cars, you get your name out there, You open up your own dealership after that. You hire a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's just got that
It
reputation.
kind of is.
That bad reputation.
It's like a triangle scheme.
Those guys are nuts. A triangle scheme.
It's not quite as 3-dimensional or as quick.
Those guys are nuts, though. I worked with a guy, and so I mean, whatever. If you sell cars, awesome. I worked with a guy. He was picking up extra hours at this restaurant that I think you might have worked with him too. That guy that sold cars.
Oh yeah.
Nuts. Like even if you were trying to make small talk with him, he worked at like I forget, like a BMW dealership or something. And even if you tried to make small talk with him and you were like, oh yeah, I like cars. My car is pretty cool. He'd be like, oh, we can get you into a BMW. I could probably get you into one. What's your income? What's your income right now? No, we can get you into one.
I work at a restaurant, dude.
I work at a restaurant. My paper trail is terrible.
You think I can drive a BMW?
Yeah, but dude, car salesmen think that anything is possible. They don't care. They're like, we can get you into one.
They're scumbags.
We can make it happen.
They're like, oh, we don't care. Can you get a loan? We don't care if you can pay it off. Do you have a loan?
Yeah. But even if you can't get a loan, they're like, we can figure it out. They'll figure out some weird way. Anyways, though, yeah. And then I recently had to deal with, and we're going over time here, dang it.
We can go over a couple seconds.
I recently dealt with helping my friend buy a used car, and I wish I didn't help because, I mean, it was nice to help. It felt good to help a friend, but it was like, the place that we ended up getting the car, the car is fine itself, but the guy was just, would not take no for an answer. Like, he was just relentless. And his office smelled like he smoked 8 packs a day. Like, it was probably the strongest smoke smell I've ever like entered. It was crazy. And then like he was being really difficult, like with a couple different things. Like he wouldn't give her the title.
Oh yeah, that took like a month.
Which is a huge sketchy sign, by the way. If you ever try to buy a car and you don't get the title, that basically means that you don't own the car. So for a while I was like, oh, this is sketchy. Like they're not going to give you your title. But then somehow they ended up coming through and giving her the title. But dude, make sure you sign that title if you buy a car.
Title in hand. All right, what say you, John? Say it's time to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
That was our pyramid scheme talk for the day. Everybody, thank you again for checking out our podcast. She Moves Around has been out now almost a month. It's got it's a little south of 3,000 streams right now. Keep checking it out and listening to it. We got our cover of Everybody Wants to Rule the World coming out next week, the 28th. The 28th. Mm-hmm. Wait.
But it doesn't even matter when that's coming out. We want you guys to enjoy that on our Spotify. Check it out when you see it. But She Moves Around is most important. It's out right now on our Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Go music videos on YouTube.
Yeah, the music videos on YouTube.
John's mom, listen to it.
My mom hasn't even heard the whole song yet.
All right, that does it for us today. Thanks again. See you guys. Talk to you guys next week. See you guys through the phone.
All right, we'll see you.
She gets around.